And there's 4 ways that you can get customers. There's only really one way that is worth it, in my opinion, for you and for most of the guys watching this. Like for my younger self, there's only one way that I would recommend, but there is 4 ways you can get customers, and they are warm outreach. Warm outreach is where you message people that you know. So straight away, like this just seems cringe to me, because it's, imagine messaging like your old high school friends on Instagram if they want to buy this package that you've set for a few $1,000s. Like, do you know what I mean? If you're a professional and you're 30 years old and you know loads of businessmen, okay, fair enough. But if you're like a young guy and you only know like other young guys, I don't think warm outreach, the people you know, is gonna like work so well. You could try and, you know, message the people that you know who are the most successful, maybe the head teacher of your school. But again, it's still a little bit like there's quite a lot of friction and almost embarrassment for most young guys to consider that. The second is cold outreach. That's where you message people that you don't know. Maybe you try and find like random phone numbers online or email addresses, or message random people on Instagram and pretty much say like, oh, hey bro, you want to buy my thing? Sure. Like, it can work and people do get a good level of success with it, but it's not what I would recommend. And the third is paid ads. That's where you'll go onto websites like, for example, YouTube, Google, Instagram. And on those platforms, you can pay the platform to put your advert in front of people. This means that you're going to be paying $25, $50, $100 per day to get your like advert seen in front of other people, and you'll need to learn the skill of like how to actually get the ROI, which is quite difficult, and it's going to require quite a lot of upfront money. If you could spend $50 or $100 every single day, then this could be something you'd consider, but most young guys can't do that. And so in my opinion, we are left with actually the best way to get customers, which is to post free content and to build up an audience. That's exactly what I've done here, which is the business model. So I actually feel very strong in teaching you this, because you can see this like on my channel. I've built up an audience of 2 million guys, and then it's just those same guys that I mentioned my product to. This is, in my opinion, the single greatest way to get customers in this modern day, because not only do you get the customers, but you also build the loyal audience, which is genuinely the most valuable asset that you could accumulate in business. Plus, just think about the scale. Imagine being a completely new YouTuber. Is it absolutely unreasonable to think that a new guy who's, you know, posting his first few videos would get 100 views on a YouTube video? Is that unreasonable? Like crazy? Like, not really. Most guys will probably only get like 10 views on their first video. That's fine. But it's not crazy to think that you'd get 100, right? Well, to match that, you'd need to go and send out 100 messages or 100 DMs. When you really think about like how tedious it would be going on Instagram and sending everyone a message, calling 100 people and not even knowing like who the fuck they are, sending emails. It's like, it seems kind of quick, but you could imagine sending every cold email actually takes like 5-10 minutes. Whereas you could record a video where you just talk about, you know, some topic like, oh, hey guys, I just discovered this new weight loss trick, which is really, really good. You know, this is all you do. You take a picture of your meal, and it actually, literally, that's all you have to do is just take a picture of everything you eat, and automatically you'll end up losing more weight than usual, just because you're way more held accountable to it. And if you even send that picture to someone else, then, you know, you'll lose even more weight because of the accountability and everything. And by the way, I've got a fitness course. Just go click on the top link in the description. But it's not unreasonable to think that you'd get 100 views in a social media post, maybe 1,000. Now, we can say I'm kind of like a professional here, and I've been doing this and practicing this for a few years, and maybe I got lucky in some areas, but how many views does this video have? I've mentioned my product a few times in this video. Look at the views of this video. Imagine if I had to message that many people. So you can see that posting content gives you a huge number of people that you can reach out to. So we'll choose this as our path to getting customers. So what we're going to do is we're going to post onto a social media that we can learn to master over time. And this is where we need to decide, okay, well, which social media should we get good at? Is Hamza just telling me to be a YouTuber, but TikTok is doing really well right now, isn't it? And Alex Mosey says that Twitter's really good, so maybe we should do Twitter. And, you know, maybe you're bouncing around which social media platform should you do? What I recommend is what I've learned from another entrepreneur named Dan Coe. And he said, first figure out if you want to speak or write. So I'd ask you this, do you want to be a speaker like I'm speaking right now, perhaps being on camera? Or maybe would you enjoy typing words on a keyboard instead? Which one would you enjoy more? Which one would you actually like want to do more? As hard as it is to like, you know, set up recording and speak for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours straight, I actually have more fun doing this than I would just typing and bashing my, the keyboard in. So this is what I've chosen. So speak or write? Which one would you rather do? Once you have your idea, then we choose the social media platform based on which skill that we want to level up. For speaking, there's podcasts, YouTube, maybe TikTok if you want to make like educational content on there. And if you want to write, then Twitter is probably the best place. In general, if you're trying to figure out which social media you should post on, the easiest answer is like, just post on the one that you consume on. Chances are YouTube is probably like your most popular social media that you're watching on right now. It's the one that you spend your most time on. Just post on that. You understand it. You know how it works. You see which videos do quite well. You see like the creators who have got a certain style, and you see the trends and the hot topics. So just go with the one that you actually spend your time consuming. A quick powerful tip. Once you have chosen whether you're going to speak or write, the single highest ROI activity that you could do in your entire business, like the single most powerful activity you could do in work, is to level up either the skill of speaking or writing. Because with everything that we've covered with making money, we've talked about, the package and the problems and solutions, everything like that. The most powerful leverage that we have right now is social media. If you can pop off on social media, that is the single greatest thing that could happen to you in a business sense. It might not be good for your mental health. It probably won't be, but for business, it will be really good. And so the single greatest thing you could do to pop off on social media is not to just try and get lucky or some bullshit, but it's rather to think, okay, I chose to speak on YouTube. Then you just level up your speaking skill. You go and get books on speaking, or for example, if you chose writing, then you'll get books on writing. You go search for a speaking coach or a writing coach, depending on which social media you've chosen, and you literally just level it up. For speaking, there's also storytelling. So for example, I have a speaking coach and also a storytelling coach, and now my videos are doing better than ever. So this is what you do to get customers. You start your own social media profile. Okay, you've made your YouTube channel or your Twitter account. Then what you do is you post free content. So you write tweets, maybe threads, or you post YouTube videos where all you're thinking about, you're not trying to grow an audience, you're not trying to get views. All you're trying to think of is, I want to give as good advice as possible to my dream customer. Remember, the dream avatar, the kind of person we're trying to help. All you're thinking about is just trying to help them as much as possible and working super hard at that.